Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with The Nation. So, Tinubu, fifth columnist behind petrol scarcity, Naira redesign, and others. Those plotting to deal with me won't win elections, says Wiki. No cash supply at ATM points over scarcity of new notes. How Africa can banish food insecurity by Buhari. Bomb blast kills 51 in Nasarawa. Impeachment, Ekiti court orders parties to file process, and U.S. slams visa ban on enemies of democracy. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, so I'll start with the very sad, concerning story that happened in Nasarawa State. So it's been reported that at least 51 persons have died or have been killed by an airstrike in Rukubi community in Eke development area of Nasarawa State. They said that the bomb was dropped on them by an unidentified helicopter. At the time of this report, the police is saying, the police command in Nasarawa State saying that they are working with other sister agencies to find out who the perpetrators are. The governor of the state is also talking with his counterpart in Benue State because the community in which it happened shares a border with Benue State, and they are talking to government. But the governor also said that the incident led to the death of many pastoralists, and you know, he was also thanking the Fulani community, the herders community, for their calm, as you know, they're trying to find out who were behind this strike attack. So as of now, we're thinking, was it a military airstrike that went wrong, or was it from the from our enemies, the insurgents? I guess towards the end of today, we would know exactly what.
He also said that him and his counterpart, Autumn, they are in closed-door meetings to, you know, investigate.
Yeah. Okay, so Governor Nyesom Wike was speaking, I was inaugurating the PDP campaign at the Gokana local government, where he was saying that those who are planning to deal with him if they enter government should perish the idea. He said that God will not allow them access to Aso Rock. He said his political crime has always just been his insistence that the party must practice equity and fairness, justice and fairness. He also said that it is quite laughable that his detractors would not win the poll to have the opportunity to execute their plans against him. He's saying that he remains strong and is a proponent of equity, and that he's going to ensure that was even laughing at them, saying that you've not even gotten there yet, and you're already threatening that when you now get there, what would you now do? That they should perish the idea. It's not going to happen. That you should dare him. Let them try it. You see what will happen to you. So Governor Wike is already speaking tough as always. Okay,
let me take the major headline.
Okay.
The presidential candidate for APC was speaking at Kuto, Abeokuta, the Moshood Abiola Stadium, addressing a political rally, and he mentioned the fact that the fifth columnists are the problem of Nigeria. They are they are using the fuel scarcity as well as the redesigned Naira note, as scarcity of the redesigned Naira note, as a political campaign against him, and that the issues on ground will be resolved. He promised Nigerians. He's been saying it, that his manifesto would bring Nigerians growth, and he asked Nigerians to get their PVC, go out and vote, and saying that they will not be distracted, that the people that are pushing the narrative to gain political awareness would lose, as they did in 2015 and in 2019. And he also mentioned that he would be reducing the price of fuel, and Nigeria should be rest assured that the fuel crisis will be over. That, let me quote him, he said, let them keep the fuel. Let them keep hoarding the money. Let them change the money. We shall defeat them. PDP will fail again. It doesn't matter whatever they do.
So it was quite sad if it is correct that this redesign is a political tool. That's really sad, because Nigerians obviously are really concerned about this, the scarcity of the Naira, and the fact that fuel is also scarce right now. So if this is being used as political tool, that will be really, really sad. Moving on quickly now to the Punch. Recent crisis aimed at stopping me, says Tinubu. Suspense as tribunal decides Adeleke Oyetola's suit on Friday. Ikpeazu Ohaneze mourn Abia PDP governorship candidate. Parties back U.S. visa ban on election riggers. Duty hike used vehicle imports fall by 40%. Voting Atiku would be a mistake, says whistleblower. Banks ration new notes, Emefiele shuns reps. FG budgets 1.2 trillion naira to service CBN loans. So Emefiele did not go to that meeting again.
He didn't go to the meeting, no. He didn't go to the meeting. They set up the meeting. He was asked to come. He didn't come. And the Punch did their own investigation. They went to several banks. A lot of the banks did not have the new notes. And their ATMs, all their ATMs were shut down. They went to Zenith Bank, United Bank for Africa, Access Bank, Stanbic, all along Iju Road. Yeah. And it was observed that the ATMs were neither dispensing the new Naira notes or the old ones.
So that's Lagos?
They didn't go to just Lagos. So.
Okay.
They went to... Sorry, okay, this is Lagos as well. But if I remember, I think they also went to other states. Yeah.
Okay, let's, which story again?
Yes, I have another story. So the governor of Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu, is condoling with the family of the recently deceased governorship candidate of the PDP in the state, Professor Uche Ikonne. He was 67 years old. He died after a brief illness in a hospital in Abuja. I mean, he was running, you know, for office as a gubernatorial candidate on the PDP platform, and he met his demise. And so the PDP in the state have been asked to fly their flags at half-mast, and also a mourning period for till Monday, and then before other election activities will resume. I also like that the APC candidate is, you know, his competitor, you know, on the other side also condoned with him and says that it's a huge loss for not just the family, but the whole of the entire Abia State and the country, because this is a man that has contributed immeasurably to the training of many professionals as VC. And I picked this side of the story because I wanted us to realize how, you know, humanity first. In spite of the differences in political ideas and opinions and parties, in the end, we're all human beings, and we should show decency towards each other.
So, sorry, it's only Lagos they went to the central bank paper, paper. Ikeja, Ojodu, Iju, that's where they went.
So Michael Achimugu has been trending. He's the whistleblower that is that's actually raised some allegations against Atiku Abubakar. Now, he was the one that released an audio where Atiku was involved in taking advantage of federal contracting expenditures. According to the audio, which they could hear Atiku saying that, you see, what happened was that when we came into office, I advised the president against open corruption. I told him, give these 3 people that you trust, and I will prepare companies for which they will be subscribers rather than directors. So if there's any contract that is given, they will act as consultants, and then they'll be given a fee, and it's that fee that we use to run the party. So according to the audio he gave, according to this whistleblower, Atiku had given 3 names, Oyewole Fashawe, Andy Uba, and late politician from Borno. So according to him, these are the fronts that were used for quite a lot of government contracts. So
we hear these things.
We hear it.
Gossips, but
yeah.
it's like
but this is a whistleblower bringing evidence. He's saying that this is hearing that. So he's saying that when they asked him that, why are you doing this? He said he's a Nigerian youth, and because he has this information, he just feels that it will be a big mistake for Nigerians to go and vote for Atiku, because if you think you've seen corruption, if Atiku becomes president, that's how you know what corruption.
My own problem with the guy, I'm not saying don't whistleblow, but you were talking to someone you were working for at the time. That means you set him up by calling him because you were recording. He was recording the conversation. That means it was a setup originally, and you were supposed to be working with the guy. So I just find it very...
And it was a father-son relationship. They had a father-son relationship. They were pretty close, according to him. So they were...
I'm not an Atiku person. I don't...
So you just question his loyalty.
I just, you know...
As long as what I am hearing is Atiku's voice and the content is there, I understand. It's clear. Let's remove the information from the person, from the issues. Is the information accurate? It looks based on what I'm hearing, unless it's been doctor. I don't know for now, based on what it is. I didn't hear it, but I'm just going by what people are saying. Let's go. Let's go on a break.
If so, then he should be arrested.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we will continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, still reviewing Punch. Yes.
So I have a story about importation. Imported vehicle crashed by 40% due to the e-evaluation. So if you remember, the Customs Service introduced the VIN, vehicle identification number, clearing of imported vehicles, and the hike in price. This has led to a 40% reduction in importation of vehicles, and the information came from the Assistant Controller General Sulaiman Bumai, but he disclosed that based on the figure that was brought in as revenue, 229 billion naira came into the federal government's coffers in 2022, which is about 96% of their projected revenue target of 238. So they actually made money. They only fell short by 5 billion, but they made the money from 60% of what they got of the vehicles they brought in last year. So the hike made more cash flow in, but they didn't. The number of vehicles that would have come in dropped by 60%. They also said that one of the biggest challenges they had in 2022 was that they don't have scanners. And I've been hearing about the scanner issue for so long that I'm still surprised that it's an issue that they have at the Ports and Terminal Multipurpose Limited Command of the Nigerian Customs Service. But they are saying they're looking for 2023 where they will have the scanner. It will increase the efficiency within the ports. They also say they need more space so that it will be easy to clear ports. They listed the number of things that they seized. Vehicles that were seized were not much, that were trying to conceal weapons and stuff into the country. But it seemed like a good report, and revenue seemed to be going up.
Okay, Daily Sun, Naira redesigned fuel scarcity ploy to sabotage elections, says Tinubu. PDP to conduct fresh primary as Abia Gobo candidate dies. Kumuyi, Catholic bishop, advised Nigerians on election. NNPC retail outlets making genuine efforts to address fuel scarcity, says Narto. You are power drunk, Abia Commissioner tells Uche. And US announces visa restrictions for individuals undermining democracy in Nigeria. Okay, story.
Please, let me take the power drunk. The Abia Commissioner for Information, Eze Chikamanyo, I wish Obiajulu was here, Chikamanyo has said that the tenure of the House of Rep member, Nkiru Onyejocha, will soon be over. He says, he was reacting to a statement that the lawmaker made saying that all the commissioners are beggars. He said that, this one, you girls give me permission, I must read it. He said that her delusions of grandeur are disturbing to me as a person. To me personally, because I thought that the elevated office which she occupies in the Federal House of Reps on behalf of the great people of Unyonyocha, please, Igbo people, please give me, I'm sorry. Anyway, would have cured her of her arrogance. But like she said that in full view of the world, she turned her own unsuspecting husband, Kingsley Onyoja, into a beggar in his own house. He's now shamelessly referring to the commissioners in Abia State as beggars. An infantile attempt to instigate the innocent public and denigrate the Abia Executive Council. Then he went on, yab again. Then he said this one again. Please. He said, ironically, while the whole Abia except perhaps Nkiru is aware of her checkered antecedents, she keeps pretending to be wholly hypocritically pontificating on issues that directly indict her in all dimensions.
Okay. These are two politicians already.
Okay, I think it's enough right now, but I think we get the point. Why do we verbalize?
There was a lot of insults.
Anger.
Despite repeated efforts to avoid her, she has refused to respect herself.
Wow.
Nkiru prefers to overprice herself and dabble in avoidable conflicts that threaten the prevalent atmosphere of peace.
Have enjoyed this story, seriously.
I love the story. If you see the abyss,
you're just an average Nigerian. We just like anger, aggression. Wherever they are fighting. That's so, you see, but this is your behavior right now, Wiki. It just shows how Nigerians are. many of us are angry. We just want people to be fighting, and you're enjoying it. See the way you're enjoying the story. That two people are fighting.
It's them.
Hey, you know, that's the problem.
It's not us that
So,
are fighting.
that's the problem. So if many of us are even vote because we want to go and vote somewhere that just going to fight everybody. When you want to go and vote somewhere that will fix Nigeria, you want somewhere that will just fight.
No, this ones are
because
not
we
even
enjoy fighting.
This is not
about
election
Nigeria.
matter.
No,
This is just
I'm
they are
extrapolating.
having politicians having their own private.
I'm telling you
Foreign
how
and
House of
immediate
Rep
line.
against because I don't even know her own antecedents.
I'm making you
I've been
understand
following the
that the
stories.
way the excitement you show in your face is the excitement we
No,
also
it's not
have.
excitement. It's just, I'm just surprised that public
You're just in
officers
awe.
will be talking like this.
Anyway, let's move on
and
another
it is
stage.
on the pages
I want
of the
to take
papers.
Pastor Kumuyi. Let us flip it a
Let's
bit to
please take
something
it
more
to the holy
sanctifying.
people.
Holy people are speaking. So Pastor Kumuyi of the Deeper Life Bible Church and also Bishop Diocese of Abeokuta, Reverend Peter Olukayode, both were speaking separately at separate events, but they were both saying that Nigerians must go out and exercise their civil rights during the elections, and they should not sell their votes, stressing that that such would further compound the issues and challenges Nigeria is facing. They said that the Christian church is praying, but prayer is not enough, that we must back that prayer with actions by actually going out to vote. Nobody feels comfortable in the face of insecurity, but we should all in our little corner be doing something to change the situation that we have in. So I think that is just the kind of message we need at this time. Okay, any other story, son?
The Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, Alhaji Yusuf Lawal Uthman, speaking concerning the petrol scarcity, says that the NNPC retail outlets are making genuine effort. According to him, he's absolving NNPC retail outlets of blame concerning scarcity. He says that some quarters are making unfounded diversionary comments. He also describes the composition of the 14-man steering committee on petroleum product supply and distribution management chaired by the president as audacious and necessary step to resolve the crisis-ridden downstream sector. He's appealing to the members involved in the haulage of petroleum products to refrain from activities that could sabotage the federal government's efforts in ending the nightmare that is taking its toll on Nigeria and crippling the economy. And he's saying that he's just calling on all law-abiding citizens and patriotic members of the transportation of petroleum vehicles to please desist from illegal bunkering, smuggling, and diversion of petroleum products, because it is still ongoing right now.
Okay, so there's another part of the story, which is another paper, but we'll just take it now to just save time, and that is the House of Reps yesterday has asked security agencies, relevant security agencies, to fish out oil marketers and other economic saboteurs who are responsible for this fuel scarcity. They believe that there are some people who are deliberately trying to sabotage us, and that this is not as a result of any shortage of supply from source. So they're saying that for over 3 months, there had been persistent scarcity of PMS in many parts of the country, adding that the situation is getting worse. Uneven pump prices being dispensed by filling stations across the country, which is fueled by speculations that government might have begun to remove subsidy on petrol. The lawmakers also noted that payment, which was hitherto made in Naira, was now being made in dollars, alleged that the scarcity was associated with saboteurs among some of the key stakeholders who are deliberately manipulating the system. And he's just saying that the security should expose these Nigerians and bring them to book.
Okay, moving on now to... are we taking Vanguard?
No.
How to fight inflation by NESG, OPS, other stakeholders. NJC okays appointment of 84 new judges, 9 heads of courts. Reps to security agencies arrest oil marketers behind fuel scarcity. Polls, US announces visa ban on Nigerians undermining democracy. Fuel scarcity, Naira redesign plots to sabotage polls, says Tinubu. And over 70 killed in Nasarawa, Niger airstrike explosion. Okay, who has the US story? Nobody took this US visa ban story.
No, they have said that all the diplomats who are involved in whatever they are involved in,
Rigging,
undermining democracy, they are going to ban them and their families, because God's own country, they are watching us, they are watching, and they are prepared for the to monitor us, their children.
Big brother.
the big brother, America. So if you are involved in any, we will not give visa to America.
Okay, so I think we have to run out of time. That's all we can take. I'm not sure we can take Tribune. Although there was an important story, COVID-19, who has asked to COVID-19 has been on an increase since December 2022. The WHO raises alarm. We have to be very careful. We're just being campaign up and down, forgetting that it's COVID-19.
Yes, it's saying that in past 8 weeks, no fewer than 170,000 people have died from COVID-19. 8 weeks. And, you know, it's saying that a lot of the reasons is vaccinations. So many people have not taken vaccinations. Those who have not taken their boosters yet, and other things. And then there's Lassa fever in Edo State. They have confirmed about 90-something people who have died from Lassa fever.
Let me remind Nigerians, all your vaccines, most of them expired because we did not go and the same way we are begging you to go and pick up PVC, we're begging them to go and get vaccinated. So they say it's government because many, the thing got expired. Nobody going to go get their vaccines. Beg you to go and thing that will save your life. I took my booster. I'm complete, 100%. But Nigerians, it's just unfortunate that you have to keep begging and appealing something for your own good. Pick up PVC to vote for your own good. Go and get vaccinated for your own good. No, they'll come to your house and feed you. And I mean, come on.